guys, welcome back to Two Broke Kids. And today what I'm going to be doing is making spaghetti noodles and spaghetti sauce. But you put me in the closet last time, so now that he's gone, what you're going to need for these is, so this is what you'll need for your dough. Your spaghetti dough. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and for every half a cup, you have to have 1 egg. So, since we did 2 cups, we have to have 4 eggs. So, 2 cups of flour. Shoo! It's hard to put it in. And like we said, for every half a cup, we need 1 egg. And now we mix. We're going to lock it and we're going to run this for about 5 to 7 minutes, and we're looking for it to pull away from the bowl. Come and see. So you can see how it's not sticking to the bowl anymore, and that's what we're looking for. So what we're going to do is first, before you get it out, make sure you have your set prepped. So you're going to have like flour on your counter to knead it with your hands. Oh, it's locked. But after you lift it up, you're going to make sure your hands have flour on it. And again, make sure your hands are washed. So have flour on your hands. And it's okay if it's sticky. So we're going to get it off the claw or whatever it's called, and we're going to put it down.
It's a dough hook.
Yeah, the dough hook, yeah. So I'm going to put some more flour on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to take it like this, like that, and then fold it. With your, what's the bottom of your part? Right here.
The foot of your hand.
Yeah, the foot of your hand. And you're going to take the foot of your hand and just dig into it, kind of. And you're not going to do it a lot because the dough hook already did it. So we're just going to knead it. Okay, so after you kneaded it, take it and put it in a ball like this. And you're going to have your parchment paper already out, or what is it called?
Just plastic wrap.
Yeah, plastic wrap. And you're going to take it and put it down, and you're going to just put it in your plastic wrap. And you're going to put it in the fridge. Now that that's in the fridge, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the sauce. But first, let me wash my hands, and I'll see you then. Now we're ready to start making our sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our stove at medium-high temperature. So first what we're going to do is we're going to take our olive oil and cover about the whole bottom of the pan. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put half of an onion in. And you don't want to, yes, it does matter how you do it. You really do have to start with your olive oil, then onion, then garlic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to smash our garlic.
Turn that over.
So you're going to use the flat side of it, which is better for it. Honestly, that's kind of fun. So now, first of all, I love the smell of garlic and onion cooking. going to add our frozen meatballs. Now, we cut a little corner, so don't tell Mom. So,
Slowly.
we're going to add it in there slowly. So we added Italian style meatballs, but you can add any type of meatball you want. So I'm just gonna mix it a little. And again, that smell is so good. And you want to make sure you're getting everywhere so none of them burn. I'm kind of flipping them and stirring them all at the same time, so we can make sure that all of them get the onion and garlic on them. And we'll be right back when it's done. So now that this has been cooking for a few minutes, we're going to add our diced tomatoes. Oh, I forgot to take the spoon out. And we're going to add crushed tomatoes. And we're adding two small cans of crushed tomatoes. And now we're going to mix. It'll be a little hard to mix at first, but soon when it gets like right now it's starting to get easier to mix. So it's okay if it's hard to mix. And make sure you're holding your pan or whatever you have when you're mixing it, because your pan can slide everywhere and burn you. So it's kind of like a safety thing. Now that this is all mixed up, we're going to start adding our fresh ingredients. So what we have here is some tomatoes, mushrooms, and you want to make sure that you don't rinse it with your sink. Like, you have to get a paper towel or something and wipe it, because we don't want it to like soak up the water. So we're going to add this into it, and again, make sure to be careful with it. Okay? Now we're gonna have a whole Roma tomato. And now we're gonna stir it. Ooh. It smells very good. So we're going to kind of fold it again to make sure all the mushrooms get in and it mixes up with all the sauce. And again, it'll be a little hard to stir, but that's okay. So now that we let this cook for a little, we're going to reduce the heat down to low, and now we're going to start adding our seasoning. We're going to be adding our oregano leaves. Alright, now we're going to add our basil. And now we're going going to add our Italian seasoning. And now we're gonna add salt. And we're gonna add pepper. So now we're going to put a little love into it. Sugar. We're going to add just a little sugar into it. Not too much, but not too little. And now we're going to mix. And we'll get back to you when it's all mixed. So now that we've reduced the heat and put all our ingredients in, what we're going to do is we're going to put our lid over it, and we're going to stir it from time to time, and try not to starve while we're smelling it because it's very good. So now that we've let our our sauce sit, we're going to use our KitchenAid mixer to make our pasta. So first what you're going to use is this. I forgot the name of it. What is the name of it?
It's just a scraper.
A scraper, okay. You're going to take about maybe that much. Oh, I forgot. First what you're going to do is you're going to put flour on top so it doesn't stick and stuff. You're going to move this over here.
We want it dry, don't we?
Yeah. We're going to make it flat in a way, like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our KitchenAid mixer, and we're going to put it to about maybe 2. And we're going to start it on 1. Now this is like a flattener. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of pattern it down just a little more, and you're going to run it through. Now you're going to have to catch it. And once you've done it,
Square it.
you're going to have to square it. So just push it down. And we're just going to put a little more flour on it because it's wet. And we're going to run it through again. Now again, you're going to make sure you catch it. And we're going to square it one more time. And run it through one more time. It's better to run it through about 3 times. And if it comes out a little lopsided, it's okay, just square it again. And you could even fold it up to the side and stuff. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put it on 2. Square it again. Now you don't have to square both sides. But I just like to do that. That way it looks even. So that's okay. So now we're going to put it on 3. And you're usually going to want to stop it at 4. Depending on how thick you want your pasta to be. Okay, and I'm going to run it through it one more time on 4.
Need flour.
and we're going to put flour on it, because again, it's wet, and it's wet means like kind of sticky.
How do we want it?
And we want it like dry. Like we don't want it to be sticky. So run it through. And you're going to want to kind of guide it through. Alright? I'm going to get back to you when we're done with all of it. Okay, so I've done all of these and now and now I've hung them on the tree. The pasta tree, whatever it's called. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change this out, because this was, oh, there goes that. We're going to put in our pasta cutter. There. Technical difficulties. You have to really tighten that up, because if it cuts you, it will hurt. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this. Oh, goodness. Move that over. We're going to take this and we're going to cut it in half. Just so it's not too long. So we're going to move this aside. We're going to put it at like 4. And we're going to roll it through. Now you have to make sure you catch it. But it's okay if like the little pieces fall. So we're going to put it on our pasta tree. Now you want to make sure that your pasta is dry, because it'll bunch up like this did. It's like all bunched up. So we really have to get this dry. So how you get it dry is you put a lot of flour on it. And when you put it in, you want to make sure you're catching it and moving your hand all at the same time. Now you're going to put it on your pasta tree again.
That look really good.
Thank you. So we're going to move on to our next one, and we'll see you when it's done. So now that we've got our pasta, now that we've got our spaghetti cut, we're going to put it in the water, which has olive oil and salt in it. So, this really doesn't take a long time to cook, so just keep stirring it and washing it. So we'll get back to you when we're done. We're looking for the pasta to float to the top, but you want to keep mixing it. But it doesn't take long. It takes only a few minutes, but the box pasta cooks much longer. It only takes about a few minutes. So we'll see you when the taste testing is ready. Bye. So, Asher, before we get to the taste testing, I know you're very hungry, but before we get to the taste testing, what do you think of the looks? So meaty and like it. It looks pretty okay. I like it. So we'll wait for this to cool down, and then we'll get back to it. We'll get right back to the taste testing. It's very cheesy and rich. Ooh. You know that I got that sweet flavor of mouth? It is good. It smells like the regular salsa puppy thing. So subscribe, give us a big thumbs up, and bye. We'll see you next time. Time to eat.